back. Don't really have a plan. Again, I still got Tenchu as my game that I'm playing. I'm not gonna play Tenchu again though. Not really in the mood. So I wish I could load some of these, but I know they'll freaking freeze the computer right now. I gotta check into that at some point. I don't know when though. It's interesting. This is interesting. Most played game is Ultima Underworld. That does sound about right, but yeah, they had an issue recently. Trying to remember the name of the game. Anyway, the problem that they had is that since all of the Steam privacy stuff happened, there's something weird where you might have to like re-enter your information for your games or whatever. Oh, it's this game. I remember this game. This is the game that people say is like great, and every time I've tried it, it's always been blah, kind of garbage to me. We're gonna try this and see if this boots. I don't know how this works. What would suck is if it's trying to... I have two hard drives that both have Steam on them, so... It's doing something. I don't know how this works. I don't understand any of this. It has your full library. It doesn't pull up the installed games, which I think is kind of an issue, but it is what it is. Nothing major. Alright. I wish. My problem is my freaking two screens are vertical instead of horizontal. Whatever. My other problem is that it was set to the top monitor. Let's switch that. It did say whatever the monitor was. I didn't even think about that. That's cool that it at least boots into here. This game is a game that I am always extremely happy that I own, that I had wanted to have forever, and Christina sent it to me because I don't know, I don't remember what the deal was, whatever, she sent it to me, and it was one of those things of like, I couldn't get myself to buy it because it's like a $50 game and it always looked cool, and when it goes on sale, it goes on sale for like $30, $35, which always seems like that much for a shooter. Anyway, what I was thinking is this is going to be a game, you know, like a Darius game. It could be cool, but $40, $50, whatever, like it can't be that good. And when you go in here and you figure out like, oh, it's AC and CS mode, and then you start the game up, and if you don't have a problem, like if you're used to, you know, arcade games, where you kind of just keep doing the same thing anyway, you have, these are, I think you start here, and you kind of get up to here, and then it branches off, and you have all these different levels here. Each level has its own high score, if that's your thing. And what you'll notice is, it kind of shows you, like, the requirements for the levels you're going to be going through. So you will see the same ones sometimes again later, but to me, yeah, it even shows you a little on the right side, beside the emblem in the center of the screen, it shows you how many like stages there are. Anyway, sometimes when you see the same enemies later, they're a lot harder, or you might have something different, or you might use a different ship, or it could be anything, so I think it's got a really high replay value. I feel like there were some of these that I didn't complete. Maybe I didn't do that. It's probably these ones here that don't have a theme on them. It's 8 stages. Anyway, so you got that. You get in here, and then you got your preset ship, or a ship that you can kind of customize and make. I think you sort of upgrade this the more that you play. Yeah, and each of the ships that you play is a little bit different. Also, one of the things I didn't remember or didn't know about the newer Darius games is that the stages, they're left to right, horizontal, but you also have to flip, and there's also like a weird, like, I would say it's almost like a parrying mechanic that I still don't have the hang of. I think at one point I almost had it and then lost it. We'll go ahead and do like one stage of this, or we'll try to clear this once. The CS mode is like this, where it shows you the levels you unlock. The AC mode is just the arcade mode, so that's slightly different. See, I think this also is the hard things to remember about this is like when you do this mode, it might have a bunch of stages, but sometimes it's not. The boss got to this next time. Yeah, that makes sense. Another thing about this game that's a little bit weird is oh, it's the ships in the DLC. It's 4-player and the Darius games have always been like super wide, so It's like it looks like a giant like cabinet thing you can like sit inside of. And you got the 2 screens and there's like 4 sticks on them. I'm assuming you've got like a card or something that tells your stats. I don't know. There's a lot of content as well. I feel like if you keep that. That happens. That's a bummer to a lot of people right there. Getting that far in a level and like I died. I was in the last thing. Yeah, so the boss, there was the stage and there was 3 bosses in a row. Each boss kind of was a different like challenge. But a lot of people hate the fact that, you know, if you die, you're just dead. So you should start over. Which sucks in things like this, especially if you only have like say like 2 lives when you do it. But we'll go back to the main menu. Go to DLC mode because I have a few things of those. This is one of the few games I wish I had all the DLC for. This stuff all sounds really cool. This was the one right here. When this came out, I was like, I want to check that out. And I think this one too. Yeah, 30 stages of classic vertically scrolling shooting, featuring bullet shooting, self-tracking, final battle game, and art. So what's cool about this is that it takes the, like, we'll take a vertically scrolling game, like this ship from that, and it's kind of converted into horizontal. And I think that is neat. You also have the history of all these ships here. Since it's a high-speed 3D shooter. Check this out. Check this out. And yeah, so each thing has its own stages that you can go through to, which is kind of just neat. That's cool. The stages are supposed to, I mean, it's the same levels and stuff, but they're supposed to, I guess, feel more appropriate for the ship. You want to check that out.
Stand by ready. Good luck.
Yeah, check this the second part. There's gonna be any special controls. It's shot. Missile. I just thought you see some of the ships they have. after I finish this, I'm gonna switch to something else. Not this specific one. Whatever this series is. I was just really impressed again. Like I said, the DLC stuff, like how the different ships don't handle exactly like Jerry's thing. I think that the stuff, the DLC on this is Alright, we're gonna... That was the DLC mode. I'll go to AC mode just so you can see what the hell this is. This looks like if you're running the game in an emulator, this is what I would imagine it would look like. Even it has the correct aspect ratio of like being squished. Which I don't think I can change. Oops. That was part of the reason I didn't really use this mode much. For a while I was playing this mode with the dual monitors thing. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff here. This is like the old games or whatever where it kind of shows you the levels that you get to choose. I'm assuming that this might be harder and might lead you to when you get up all the way to the proper ending or whatever. And you got this, which is based on the CS mode that I just played. So I'm gonna pick this. Do this. And yeah, as you can see, I've got different planets that I can go to. And yeah, there's a lot of things that you can do, especially since you know each one technically represents like a different, you know, challenge kind of thing. There's a ton of content here if you're into this. And the other thing is that this mode here, I think this is the one cleared. That's the one cleared here. Because let's fix the equipment. Let's try. It doesn't think I've done this. I'm assuming since there's a high score on here, I've got this. So I will. Another short one. Let's check this out. Let's try this. The gold sign there might be because I might have cleared it without dying, but you get to choose, you know, one of your 2 ships that's approved for this thing. This one. And then it's, you know, giving you the information like you're playing on an actual arcade machine, which I think is cool. Like the fact that this movie's in here, it wasn't, you know, if it wasn't in here, nobody would have been like, oh man. One thing that I said this way is that it doesn't have the same meters like stuff. So sometimes controls. Okay, so what I'm doing is I'm hitting this button. I should be hitting this up here, I think. The burst comes off your ship. I remember there being some way to like you tap it and it comes out there and it sits there until you tap it or something. This is 3 bosses. Okay. I give it 2 lives. Some of these you only get to 1 life, which is why I would do this. you do it right into this crazy like Dragon Ball situation, which you can't learn when to do it and when not to. Damn it. No more ship left. That's it. I was pretty sure I almost had the guy dead. Oh well. Anyway. That is a cool game. It's also cool that it loads into, lets me load my Steam, the games that I have installed on Steam. Yeah, Dead Rising 4 is not in here yet because I haven't added it. Yes. Me also vote for this. Is it playing the trailer in the background? Definitely is. Alright. Play count is 138, and I don't know how that could happen. Also not a huge surprise. I mean, I end up playing a ton of arcade games overall, just on the PC. I don't know if these games are going to work. I just added these the other day. We'll start with a normal game. We'll start here. I think they showed this game in the trailer. The Jaguar, whatever. I'm also not surprised that this doesn't boot. I hope it's booting. Sir, the Allies, well, you're our top operative, a one-man army. However, infiltrating Nazi Germany will not be easy. The Führer's SS fanatics are determined to rule the world. Your first task: eliminate Hans Gross, Hitler's most ruthless commando. He and his team are based in a castle outside Dresden. You will have to wade through his storm troops to reach him. Good luck. Excuse me? I don't know what just happened there. I shot one time. Maybe it was it's too scary. Let's try to restart this. No. What was that all about? Let's try this again. I need to not hit the save state buttons. Or save buttons, I guess. Yeah, there's just no sound. Oh my god. Why is it? This is how it moves when it goes forward. It just moves like choppy like that. See, I think in the PC version you can like open these cages. There's like food in there, which is how I would be healing right now. Apparently after like the third encounter, because the guy was in the corner of the room, I'm already almost dead. You hold the open button to strafe. This actually doesn't look bad. Aside from the no sound issue, which I think is kind of a big deal. But visually, like, some of the stuff that's in this game might actually look a little bit better than the other versions of the game I played. There's more animation, it's more cartoony or something, in a way that I can appreciate. What's sad, though, is that those dogs also look a little bit more realistic than the regular game's dogs, like the PC version's dogs, from what I remember. So, that's a bummer. I also doubt I have a mini-map. I don't really want to press any buttons to... I got a pause button. Don't want to press anything else to try to find out. Look at that. The secret slows down the frame rate in the game. I don't think I can change weapons back. One of the things about this game, I think, is I feel like almost every single weapon uses, or probably every weapon in the game uses the exact same ammo. So, yeah, ammo is kind of a problem, and it's kind of not. Like, at least you don't have to worry about, like, oh, I've got that kind of ammo. Like, no, it's just more bullets. They actually have the swastika in the game. I feel like at this time, a lot of games try to censor that out a bit. Like, it would just be blurry, or it would just be, like, all points, like, just across, more or less. Or I guess a +9 or something. I remember seeing the cover for this game, and not this version of the game, but the Super Nintendo one, and thinking, I don't know what I thought it was. I feel like at a certain point I might have been just stupid and thought it was like, oh, it's a cooking game. For some reason, the dude made me think of a chef. I don't know. I was a dumb kid. um, yeah, having this seems like the rest of this level probably not going to be an issue. I don't know what I was expecting in terms of performance. I guess the only thing that's disappointment about this is there's no sound. That right there, I don't know what I thought this game was. I didn't think that it was this. I didn't think that it was a first-person shooter, and I had played Doom, but at the time I didn't really look at companies. The only companies I knew of were Nintendo, Konami, and Capcom, because you would see their names for sure before every single game they put out. But beyond them, like the idea of like, oh, it's the company that makes all those first-person shooters, it never crossed my mind. All right, this is. Oh, there is a mini map. Wow, what it is for me is I have to push in the left stick. I don't know why that would be it. It's actually pretty cool. Yeah, I'm okay with this. I'm okay with that 3.6 rating because there's no sound. Super Burnout. Check this out. It's from Shin. Published by Atari. Oh no. Why is the font cut off? A or C to start. How is this high speed? Because there's a couple of straightaways. I get it. We'll go to America. Thank you very much. I don't understand why the font's cut off like that, though. Really weird. I'm assuming it's loading or something, I don't know. I see there's a steady sound. I don't think it's loading anymore. Alright, we'll back out. And then try it again. Yes. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Unpredictable. This could be a problem right here. Making the mistake of turning all of those things on. I'll try this track because the other one didn't load. I don't know how long I'm supposed to wait for this either. That's all I heard. Alright, I want to assume this isn't going to load. Rayman's on the Jaguar? Check. Oh, look at me. I'm turning freaking British. The Jaguar. Thank you very much. So Atari, the Japanese company in America. Ubisoft. This is supposed to be cool. So just think about how cool this is. Look at all those frames of animation on it. Alright, let's do it. Yay. I don't think I've ever actually played the original Rayman. I've seen it plenty of times. I played Origins, I played 2. I haven't played every Rayman game. I was 100% on board when the first Rabbids game came out. This is the kind of thing that if I had like a Jag, I would have been thinking was super cool. This actually looks better than anything I've seen on, you know, Super Nintendo I can think of. A little animation there of what happens when the level. Sorry, when the level ends, the animation of the letters disappearing is really cool too. Interesting. Oops. Cute. What the hell is that? This is supposed to be a buff dude or something, I don't know. Alright. Try one more level. Oh. She's gonna help me in my quest. You've done well so far, unbelievable. I get the ability to punch. Okay. The C button apparently is I don't understand the way the letters are arranged here. Alright. I'm sure I can't hit this thing again. Although these buttons are all set too. Got him. Alright. Okay. Yes. Game saved. Alright, I'm assuming that's real. I'm assuming that's real. This is pretty good. Let's see what Ruiner Pinball is like. Provided this works. I'm also now happy that I downloaded all of these games. I wasn't really planning on it originally. I think I was looking at a video and it was like, the Jag came up and I was like, huh, I never played it. Wonder how big all of the ROMs are. There's like 100 total. Because I don't have the CD ones or whatever. However the hell the system worked. What is a bummer is how many of these games just like flat out don't load. Or there's no feedback, so I can't tell if it's doing anything. I'd imagine this is almost arcade perfect. Sure. Oh shoot, Syndicate? Wow. Tempest 2000, I remember my friend had like a arcade, or not an arcade stick, like basically like a flight stick. I think it was just labeled as a joystick for his PC. That he got in like 1996 or something as like maybe a present or whatever, and it came with a demo, because this is back when people used sticks in games like Duke Nukem and Doom, because you didn't really have to worry too much about aiming up and down back then. Or you couldn't aim up and down anymore. And Tempest is one of the things that was in there, and like I remember like seeing that game and wanting to understand it and just couldn't figure it out. I couldn't understand, like, you know, you're going around a tube, but I was like, why does the game look like this? Like when you see it in like Vector, it It looks really, really, really neat. And they kind of all clicked for me. 2 credits, please. How's the sound? Yeah, it's not quite. It's not arcade perfect. It sounds a little bit too weak. And the graphics aren't there. Also, it seems like it scrolls a little bit choppy. It's not, I wouldn't maybe choppy is not the right word. It's just not like, it's not scrolling at the same speed as the arcade one should. The other effect is bombs. Yeah, let's see what it is. Just to make sure I'm not crazy, I should load up the arcade next time I do that. Colors. There you go. Oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, one of the things that used to really screw me up in this game is, so when you are dropping the bomb, in a lot of games, bombs are like, you know, full screen clearing things. In this game, it is just for the bomb hits. So you can't use it really to, like, you know, take care of everything on the screen for you. Seems like your recovery invincibility isn't as long here. Maybe a bit of a problem. We're gonna go ahead and switch to let's get past a little intro area here, the stage, so we can see what the stage is. So I'm gonna switch to the arcade when we come back to the bad games. I don't know that. There it is. Right in. So what year is this? This is 1990, so I wouldn't expect an arcade perfect port at home by this point, but still. Yeah. Yeah, to me this already looks a little bit better than the other one did. It sounds a little bit beefier. There seems to be more colors overall, and yeah, this is. Yeah. You know, I was thinking, like, I don't know if the biggest screen, and you can launch off the ship for the screen and you get into the actual level. You need it being more like this. This is running, and this would be 4 or 3, I think. Compared to the other game, this would have stretched out but I think it ran off a full green auto. Might have been turned vertical, but this would be aspiration. Yeah, and even the enemy shooting patterns are different this week. The sound isn't as good as I remember before, so I think, like, if I remember right, one of the reasons why I never really got far into these games, far into is because, I feel like a lot of them repeated this stage. It was like the original. That bomb looks a lot better here too. There's like an extra shader, not shader, but like a black around the edges of it. You can notice. Of course, you know, I was gonna say like the livestock, the cows or whatever, come down on the bottom of your screen. This is where the boss is in this one. Shoot, that's the one right there, so I'm trying to get through it. Man, the thing almost hit me. It's stupid as reason. Mostly because I was just looking in like a slightly wrong spot. It's gonna change. Turn back. There it is. There's the boss. So that's what it looks like here. First hit. First hit. Forgot about this happening. After you die, when you come back in, you start back a little bit further than before. So in the other one, Jaguar, I was just thinking that okay, there are two things here. I also did not remember these little ones on the side. Man. Damn. I'm gonna do one credit here. It's not really gonna make a difference. I mean, let's skip the laser instead. Damn. There goes that. Alright. See, that's the proper version of that game. Alright. I got this and I got something else the same day. Game Gear. That's what it was. Let's play bad Mortal Kombat real quick. This is the Mortal Kombat that some people would have, and they would talk trash to people that had like a Game Boy. It's like, oh, my version of Mortal Kombat. Your version of Mortal Kombat doesn't even have color. And you see this one, and it's just like, shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. You're playing the Game Gear Mortal Kombat, you know. Come on, man. Also, you would have to consider that the size of the screen would be like this right here. And you got your, you know, it's like this wide or whatever because of the freaking 6 AA's. The moment I found out, like, oh, you can plug in a charger on the bottom was a lifesaver. Only 2 buttons is A and B, I think. So. I don't know what the code is that they want me to put in. So you got 6 fighters, which means Kano's missing. I'm missing right here. Sonya, at least you can see in this version, you can see Sub-Zero and Scorpion, you can make them out. Once you get used to the character portraits, the Game Boy version is alright. We'll go with Law. Sorry, Fei Long. Look at the size of the freaking characters on here. The fact that your roundhouse button, because it's only kick, so you hold back and kick to do a roundhouse and down and kick to do a sweep. Sorry, down, back, and kick to do a sweep. Really funny. Okay, I don't know. I'm going to be looking up a Mortal Kombat Game Boy move list though, or Game Gear, because I'm weird. I want to see. I can't seem to do anything in this. Oh, thank you, Benjamin. That's funny. This person put in their email number? I don't understand what that is. Benjamin, the 11-year-old who spends his life on CompuServe. When did he write this? If I was 11 and I wrote something like this, man, this would have been awesome. Okay, so Liu Kang's moves are forward, but you just have to do them really slow. Alright. Whatever. I'm gonna leave this selected. Liu Kang's, what's funny... What is block? It says hold block. Block is probably both buttons in this game, then. Block is the start button. You can't figure out what to do. You can't figure out what to do. There you go. Good job. I'm happy that kid explained what you need to do in order to pull off the special moves in this game. This is stupid. This is straight up stupid. You have to, you press the buttons a lot slower than you would normally. Like if you're playing, you know, like a good version of Mortal Kombat. Shoot. Okay. So he says press forward, down, up, back, forward. Forward, down, up, back, forward. It's usually a 360. Let's see if I can beat Sub-Zero and pull it off. I've only seen 2 stages. Oh my god, this This music is terrible. Yes. There we go. He's gonna get me. He's gonna get me. Oh my god, he's gonna get me. No. No. Oh no. Oh my god. Forward, down, up, back, forward. I did it. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like you just put the same directions in on either side. Oh no. Oh no. Maybe she'll do a fatality or something. Shoot. This is supposed to be the year of Mortal Kombat 11 at E3. Right. Okay, so this kid, he said do this thing in the 360 motion. I don't know what that means, so I'm just going to do a 360. I'm going to block and do a 360 and hope it works. Thank you, Benjamin, the 11-year-old who spends his life on CompuServe. Right, it looks like it just blocked and teabagged. Okay, this is... Oh no. Oops. Okay, I'm not doing a mirror match in this game. That's really cute. That was really cute. Let's see. Sure. They tried. Like, I can hate on the game as much as I want to, but they did put effort into that. That's back when companies would put out different versions of games on different consoles because of, what was it, Nintendo's, like, thing. Nintendo had a policy of, like, you can't put the same game on another system if you make games for us, so... Let's see... Mortal Kombat didn't have that issue. Mortal Kombat was pretty much the same on everything, but... Oh boy. Look at this, Mortal Kombat 1 and 2 together. So the Game Gear version had a 4.1. This one has a 2.92. I'm going to 100% blame it on the fact that you can't tell what's what. Right now, I have the... What is it? The Game Boy Advance or Super Game Boy filters turned on, so that's why it looks a little bit different. So we got Kano, we got Raiden, Liu Kang, Sonya, Sub-Zero, and Scorpion. I'm gonna try Liu Kang again. So Johnny Cage is different between these two versions of the game. Look at this. Oh my god. Okay, so this game has A and B to block. This is this is garbage. This is really bad. This is really bad. Look at how fast the timer goes too. This makes me want to buy Street Fighter. That's probably gonna be the next game I load. Oh no, he's in. It looks like it says Kanu. Oh man. Okay, in this version of the game, if you want to do the sweep, you hold back. You just hold back and hit kick. If you want to do the roundhouse, you hold forward and hit kick. You just have a regular kick right there too. The fact that I can do my uppercut and then he can counter with what should be a recovery uppercut, but it doesn't work for him, is really funny to me. Oh no, he got the range, he's got the range. Shoot. Yeah, right. Okay. I don't know what the hell that was. King. King. You can't fit Liu Kang on the screen. Stupid. This version is definitely worse. My bad. For some reason in my head, I remembered that version of the game being kind of okay. So I mean, I think maybe it's Mortal Kombat. No, Mortal Kombat 2 has a lower rating. It's a 1.63. That's amazing. Wow. Oh my gosh, I remember these games being kind of okay. These apparently are all terrible. Alright, so who do we have? We got Liu Kang, Sub-Zero, Katana, Scorpion, Jax, Reptile, Melina, and Shang Tsung. I want to pick Reptile, and I want to pick Melina. I hope I got those two right. I just want to know if I got those two characters right. I'm just guessing here. This could be Scorpion, I'm not sure. This might be Reptile. Oh great, it doesn't show you until you get to the fight. Alright. This is infinitely better than the first game is. This should be rated higher than the first game. What is wrong with these people? Can't touch this. Man, I gotta freaking cross up in this game. This game is already better. It is a better game. Can't touch that either. I wish I noticed what character. Look, it tries to show you the thing that the other versions of the game do, where like when you uppercut the person on the side, it shows you the top of the screen to show you that it's deadly. To this day, I don't understand. why, like, if somebody was building, you know, like a temple kind of thing, hey, let's put spikes in this. The moment somebody suggests that to me, that's when I decide I'm working this problem. But who knows? This is probably gonna steal your soul. Super Mega Uppercut. Do nothing and let them suffer. Great. Great. Katana or Melina? Katana, please be Katana. Please be Katana. Please be Katana. Got it. I had a moment there where I was like, how did... Gotcha. Alright. Now what I want to do is I want to pick Liu Kang, and I want to see if I can actually do any sort of thing that resembles a combo. He doesn't have air fireballs. Does that count? Does that count as something cool? You know what's going to be very difficult to make a EU resembling a combo is since you only have 2 buttons. No, you can't follow that up either. What a bummer. Huh. Interesting. So I want to match with only punches, and surrounds might only do the kicks. Gotta go fast. Big Master. Look at Liu Kang's face. Alright, this is whatever, man. This game is actually okay. This is okay. Let's see. Don't know what people are talking about in this game. A freaking 1.63. It's not a 5-star game, but it's at least. Go with the 3. Now I must know. Well, I don't know what a Pocket Monsters is. Street Fighter 2 with World Warrior. I remember wanting this version of this game because I thought Street Fighter was the coolest looking thing in the world, and I had the Sega Genesis one, and I just wanted more Street Fighter. I just thought, I was thinking like, oh man, you'll be able to play like the regular Street Fighter 2 like in your hands, on the go. And that's already a red flag right there. Ryu, Blanca, Chun-Li, Bison, Ken, Zangief, Balrog, and Sagat. So they added in the 4 boss characters, and Dhalsim and Yi Honda are missing. No, it's not even the 4 boss characters, because Vega's not here either. It's such a weird character select screen. Sounds alright. Oh my god, it's so choppy. Gotcha. I should have picked Zangief. Just to see if I can do 360. I don't know where I learned that from. The fact that you can do the spinning clothesline to dodge fireballs. It wouldn't have been a stream. Kill Zangief. Excuse me? Why is that the achievement? Should be Ryu. Yep. He looks like... To me, Guile looks like Guile, but Ryu looks a little bit cuter than normal. It's mostly his face. Like chibi or something. Oh no. Okay. Oh, you're kidding me, man. I almost had a perfect again. Oh my god. Almost had it. Almost had it. I was thinking I could have gone back to the other side of the screen and zoned him out. The Sonic Boom didn't come out. After this next fight, I'm going to probably switch to Ryu. Well, no, I'll pick Zangief and see if I can do a spinning pile driver. got him. Oh, there's no only achievement for freaking beating Zangief, I guess. Stupid. Alright, we'll go in here. And I will pick him. Just to see. Ken? Guile. Ooh. Oh, right. Got it. I was gonna say, oh no, he's going to. He could technically do his Super Nintendo of just walking at you and then just doing a flash kick. The AI in this game didn't have to. Yeah, there he goes. He's doing right there. The AI in this game does not have to charge, from what I remember. They can just do stuff. Anyway, that's 2.5. Stop that roach. You got more Street Fighters, I think. There's a faster way to do this. There it is. Oh my god, this takes so long. Alright, there we go. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival. This is a 2.63. I bet you it's because of the buttons. What was the deal with the GBA? It's 4 buttons. It's like 2 face buttons and 2 triggers.
Round 1, fight!
That's so cool to see how smooth this game scrolls after seeing the Game Boy. There must have been people that went from, playing Game Boy, and then their next console was a Game Boy Advance. Which I feel like if that's what happened. So hard to read this. Then maybe this makes sense. This is really hard to read. Oh, it says, okay, so for medium, you press the button longer, and you have 2 buttons, so it's your 2 taps are light and heavy, and if you want to do a medium, you have to hold the same button down. All right. And I'm slow. I don't really like this character select screen. I'll just say that off the bat. Also, this T-Hawk in this movie is all a mistake. I never got to play this game. I played Alpha 3, which I later found out was Alpha 3 Upper. T-Hawk buddy, you're dead. think my meter's full, but since it's not sparking or anything, I don't. I'm just gonna have to try to do super at some point.
Round 2, fight!
It's actually kind of hard to just get that to come out. Sure.
Round 1, fight!
Let's try this now. That's stupid. It gives you a KO message instead of a time over. Alright.
Round 2, fight!
Uh-oh. Let's say that should have worked. It's actually kind of cool how the bars on the top of the screen disappear when you go into the super. I'm assuming because, you know, technical reasons. Alright, I got must have featured long. 2.5. Yeah, there's definitely better fighting games I think on here. I think they had did this have that Bleach game? I don't know if this is the game I'm thinking of or not. I know there was a Bleach fighting game because I've never cared for or watched Bleach. I can't say I didn't care for it. I don't know anything about it. But I remember just, you know, looking for fighting games to play. And this would occasionally show up on people's lists, not of fighting games to play, but just like, oh, hey, here's the thing you can play. The GBA. Yeah, I don't know what any of that is. Great. Just typical visual novel stuff. Like, I want to see what this game is. I should have gone to survival. tapping that button. This isn't the one I was thinking of at all. This is something else. Maybe it was a DS game. Oh my god. This is not the game I was thinking of anyway, so whatever. Let's go and turn this off. What else do we have here? N64, of course. Turbo graphics. This really weird version of Batman. From what I remember, that description must be from Wikipedia or something. With all the hype surrounding the movie, it was inevitable that that tie-in games would pop up on virtually every format. But while you would most likely expect a straightforward action platformer, Sunsoft have decided to go down an altogether different path for the PC Engine incarnation. When you boil it down to the basics, Batman is essentially an evolutionary step on from Pac-Man. The gameplay is maze-based and split into several different locations, each with 12 small to medium-sized stages. Yeah. I loaded this up a long time ago. It was in the stream years ago. And I was just looking for weird stuff to play. And I was just kind of scrolling through a list. Like, I'll just load a Turbo Graphics game, and I landed on here and it's like, oh, okay. And it was this. What's this? I think it is. It might be Sunsoft also. So it's just really weird to see this. Like, when you think of a Batman movie game, Sunsoft Batman on Nintendo is like, it's pretty much, I think it's legendary more or less. People talk about that game as being like, back then you'd have a tie-in game, you kind of expect it to be like garbage. That game was really cool. It was a really cool game, so. And even this isn't bad, this just isn't what you would expect, like, in a Batman video game. I might expect something like this, like, if they replace Batman with The Mask. I could see this being a Mask game. I don't understand the connection with Batman other than like, oh, here's the Joker's guards and I'm in a warehouse. Alright. Anyway, this game it's not bad. It just goes on forever. Stages aren't really all that hard. What is Battle Load Runner? Check this out. That is like some Bomberman looking art. Wow. What is this? What the hell is this? Another one-win match. Oh, that's such a cool idea. It's just Load Runner, but it's Load Runner, but in the Bomberman style. I thought I'd be able to walk on their heads, I guess not. So can I touch them? I can touch them. Oh no! Oh no! Man. Yes. This game would be really cool if it had, like, teams. This just seems kind of like, you know, since the AI in this game seems to know a little bit too much what they're doing. I'll give it a 30 because it's something different. What does Afterburner on the turbo graphics look like? Not bad.
Get ready.
I've never understood how to do barrel rolls in Afterburner on purpose. I guess you just pull in one direction, you just turn back the other one. To me, Afterburner has always been like a really cool looking game. Like most of the time, I don't know what the hell I'm doing in it, honestly. Afterburner Climax, I got really good at because that one seemed like it made a little bit more sense. But you know, I mean, it's pretty clear what Afterburner is. It's just hard to figure out. Like, am I doing good? Am I doing really bad? What is this? Push button. Let's see if I waste the bomb on accident or not. something about this game that just looks like nice. It's pleasant. I miss when this was like the average kind of game that was coming out. Not so much like the super realistic looking stuff. Like, these are the kinds of games like, oh, this is another freaking shooter again. I mean, there's kind of that issue on Steam, sort of. But, I mean, this just looks... It looks so lighthearted. It even sounds nice. It's a freaking World War II game and it sounds pleasant. Oh. Those bombs. The things that I thought were bombs actually increase your firepower. So it would be... Oh, wow. Alright, and the POW isn't power. The power is your, like, life bar. So this might be maxed out, so I'm gonna try to get one this time. Pretty cool this stuff looks. Whoa. Okay, alright, and that also, so I'm assuming that's how much damage it can take, but that also uses up that super meter, so that's why it's been so low. Whoa. Alright, I'll quit there. 4. It's 1943 Kai. 1941 counterattack. Let's go back. Let's go. Let's go PS2. If I have it, I want to see if Jack works. Why do I have... Okay, I was going to say, why do I have Jack 3 and not Jack 1? Alright. Oh boy. Okay. Well, this does its thing. I'll be right back. Yeah, it still has that issue. That freaking creepy black eye issue. I forgot how to fix that. Oh boy. Alright. Let's look at these freaking dead-eyed characters. I streamed it a while ago. Months ago at this point, I'm sure. Mercenaries. The first Mercenaries game has a tendency to literally just crash my computer. Everything will be totally fine. If I don't run it in software mode, everything just crashes. It's really weird. It's funny because this game is, I don't know what it's doing, but it looks like everything's shifted over, but I think it's supposed to be like that. So yeah, there's an issue with this game where, for as far as I can remember, the character's eyes are all black, or they're just like wrong colored or something. I'm sure there's a setting to fix it, but I think it looks really funny. Kind of makes the game creepy.
And why did they vanish? I have asked the plant.
This is also a game that I remember renting.
But the rocks do not recall.
I must have been in high school. Yeah, I had to be in high school when this game came out. I was in 8th or 9th grade when the PS2 finally actually came out. And I remember seeing this. And part of me wanted to try it, but another part of me was just like, oh, it looks like it's for babies. It was a platformer. I would play grown-up games like Tony Hawk.
I'm only the master of Greeny. Go, one of the wisest men on the planet. So it seems the answer begins not with careful research or sensible thinking. Nay.
And this is
many of fate's mysteries.
From right when I feel like companies were starting to get a little bit better at figuring out what to do with the second stick, my controller.
Jack, old green stuff told us not to come here.
Continue your search for artifacts and eco.
I think this is running at 3x resolution. That's pretty much it. Anything that's special that I have turned on for it.
Deal harshly with anybody who strays from the village. We will attack it in due time.
What are we doing here anyway, Jack? This place gives me the creeps. Huh? Oh, stupid precursor junk. Eek! What is that dark ooze? It sure don't look friendly.
Can't hear.
The sage yaps on about the precursors that built this place all the time. Where did they go? Why did they build this crud? Now, I like precursor orbs and power cells as much as the next guy. But if you ask me, they must have been real losers. Wow! How did you do that? I think we're in trouble! Ow! Man, that stung! I told you we shouldn't have come here, and you listened! What? Okay.
It's cute.
I'm fine.
I think it's cute.
What in green tarnation do you two want?
They was, I was...
Don't tell me. Instead of heeding my wisdom, the two of you went mucking around in the only place that I told you not to go. Misty Island.
That's right, and then...
And, Daxter, you finally took a
I'm gonna look this up on your phone. Everything is like that.
With dark eco.
Look, old man, are you gonna keep yapping, or are you gonna help me out of this mess?
I'm gonna keep yapping, because in my professional opinion, the change is an improvement. And besides, I couldn't help you if I wanted to.
What?
There's only one person who has studied Dark Eco long enough to have a chance at returning you to your previous form. Carl Acheron, the Sage. But he lives far to the north. Far, far to the north. Nobody has spoken to him in ages.
Yeah, the fix is to run it in software mode, which means that it won't look as clear, but that's actually what I have to do for Mercenaries too. I was thinking that was going to be the fix, so we'll go ahead and see if that works. Plugin settings, go here, switch this to software.
But it's volcanic soil.
Yeah, you can already see the drop. But she get the trade-off of, yeah, their eyes are working again. So it's always hard for me to decide, like, do I want things to look good, or do I want them to look like accurate? And then there's still those crazy shadows, which I don't think were an issue before. And this weird outline on it.
Going to get 20 power cells.
I change a couple more settings on here. Wow, that's funny. I can hear my freaking video card right now, like, trying its hardest. I switched to OpenGL.
Somewhere. And even if they aren't willing to just give them away, greasing their palms with a few
Same
precursor orbs should do the trick. And I bet there are even more of them out in the wilds, just waiting for some brave adventurer to find.
Well, we've got the brave adventurer at least.
That's
Brave
weird.
adventurer! You two couldn't find your way out of the village without training. Before you do
Oh,
anything
Speed
else,
Fan isn't
you
showing
better
because I
go
restarted
through the
Explorer.
warp gate and get some practice on Geyser Rock.
We won't find any more of that dark gooey eco stuff, will we? Cause I'd hate to fall in again and turn into you.
Get in there before I turn you both into ferns.
I can play, I can do stuff.
This device is a communicator. With it, my father and I can give you advice at any time.
Yeah, alright, so my fan is spinning because everything is set to 100%, but like nothing is close to overheating. So I could manually drop it down. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to switch back to, I'll try OpenGL hardware. He's got eyes here. Okay. Alright, wait, let's see.
These floating egg-shaped things are precursor orbs. Collect enough of them, and some of the villagers will give you a power cell in exchange.
Yeah, at some point I went from like not ever wanting to play a game like this to like, I don't know, I guess maybe because what was that game that came out? Ukulele made me just kind of crave another platformer. It's funny, Ukulele is the one that gets all the press, but I think that like flat out, I'm pretty sure anybody that's played both of them, like A Hat in Time seems better. Not that I own either one, but from what I've seen, A Hat in Time seems like it's a lot better game. His eyes are still jacked up. His eyes are jacked up in this mode, so I'm gonna check out DX11, which is what I had it on originally. That seems to look a little bit better to me. No, they look identical. Except for these vertical lines, where the hell did those come from? Let's change that. Let's change some more settings in here. Pull this down so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to switch to 3x. Just leave that on. I don't know. Whatever.
Sometimes you'll want to hit things with a greater force. To break one of these boxes, you should jump in the air and then dive down onto it, hands first.
Hey, you found one of my scout quads. I sent 7 of them to each area to look for power cells, but the lurkers must have captured
Gotta
them
collect all the things. I think that was part of what turned me off of these games for a while. It was like, I've never been able to get into Donkey Kong 64 because just games where you're pretty much just collecting like tons of different things. And part of the reward, or you know, part of the fun is like, all right, now you have to find these new objects so you can get more of them, so then you can find something else. Is always some kind of weak to me. Like Bubsy, the new Bubsy game has that like all over the place. Start the game up and there's like, I think the way that you finish, you get 100% on the level is like you just collect a bunch of stuff, and they're just kind of like everywhere too. So it doesn't make any sense.
Notice how each blue eco cluster you pick up increases the time you can use its power.
Oh, that's what I was supposed to do.
This is a precursor door. It can only be opened by approaching the door while channeling blue eco through your body.
That's a blue eco vent. More concentrated than the floating clusters. This vent will give you a full charge of blue eco, letting you use it for the maximum time.
Okay. Yep, I got analog stick control. It's good. After playing Tenchu,
The blue eco caused the door to open.
like that's
Blue eco, you can breathe
I really appreciate this stick letting me rotate.
artifacts that have lain dormant for years.
Oh, I go up there.
Those little green balls of energy on the ground are a type of eco.
Had a bunch of error codes.
Green ecos, or one big green one to increase your health.
That's weird. I want to switch back to software mode and see if that clears that out. That's really weird. Let's turn off allow 8-bit textures. The align sprite thing I think I have turned on should fix this stupid issue I'm seeing here. That's odd. Alright, we'll switch back to software. We'll go to... Oh, that's right. The 11 software. Oh my god, this looks awful. It's in software mode, but it doesn't look like the game should look.
You can jump once.
This is the blurry mess right now.
To reach even higher ledges.
The fact that I can run this in software mode at all, to me, is really cool. There's not enough settings for it. Plug in. Why does it look like that? What if I go into here and I make it into correct aspect ratio speed X? No, I don't need that. I don't need it. GS window. It's D3D 11. OpenGL looks better. OpenGL software mode looks closer to how I would expect this game to look.
You can't come back through the warp gate until you find all 4 power cells on this island.
I'm assuming I need this to open that thing back up. What I want is a button to rotate the camera. I couldn't hear what the dude said since there's no subtitles. Just kind of winging it right now. It also doesn't seem to be fall damage, so whatever. No? Okay. It's nothing. I can't rotate the camera. It's caught on whatever. It's caught on nothing, more or less. Here's fall damage. Okay, well, I'm too stupid to figure this out, so I'm going to stop. Actually, I think I'm probably done for right now. I might be back on later. It might be tomorrow. I'm not sure. Anyway, peace.